Welcome everyone to Mental Health Awareness Month. Welcome again, everyone, to Mental Health Awareness Month. Each year, we come together to shed light on an issue that affects us all, our mental well being. This year, our theme is movement, moving more for mental health. In a world where our minds are constantly bombarded with stress and pressures, it's very crucial to remember the power of movement, whether it's a brisk walk in a park or a yoga session in your own living room or dancing like nobody is watching. Movement has a profound impact on our mental health. Today, we have the privilege of engaging in an interactive session with a consultant psychiatrist, Dr. Yusuf Rangoonwala, who will guide us through the importance of movement for our well being and lots of things, lot of questions to talk to him. Join us in the celebration of Mental Health Awareness Month and let's move towards a brighter, more resilient future, one step at a time. Welcome, Dr. Yusuf Rangunwala.
Thank you, Sujata, and thank you, the Mentor Ring, for inviting me for this mental health talk. I am a consultant psychiatrist based in Bradford in West Yorkshire, and I also specialize in adult serious mental illness from the ages of 18 to 65, and also have a specialism in rehabilitation from serious mental illness. Thank you, Sujata.
It's interesting. We've got audience questions from the audience as well, Yusuf. So I'm going to pick up some questions from them. But I would like to ask you, what are the common misconceptions about mental health?
Um, there's 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 a lot of misconceptions and myths about mental health eh, going on around, uh, which includes people unable to get treatment, people being told that they cannot get cured, they're a waste of time, they cannot hold down a job, there is no future. But this is all wrong. With science advances and current research as well as treatment available, there's a lot of hope and positivity for mental health issues. Um, people there's a misconception that sometimes people are violent, they're dangerous, but that's also not true. Most people with mental health issues are not dangerous, and are just like a normal person, like just like you and me. Um, so we want to break that myths about the society has about mental health issues. There is hope out there. People can get better, which is very important.
But yeah, it's interesting what you said, but how do we know? What are the signs of someone suffering with mental health issues?
um, Most of the people with having mental health issues, there are very subtle signs. Sometimes it's not very obvious, sometimes it's very obvious. But things like people feeling sad, they might feeling down, they have difficulty concentration, they have difficulty probably holding relationships, they're having problems in their relationships, they're worried about things, they have extreme guilt about anything happening. Sometimes they have mood changes, they might be feeling very high or very low in their mood. Sometimes they're so low that they might feel suicidal or even attempt suicide in extreme cases. Um, it's been mentioned that people with mental issues might feel a bit, they might be angry or they might be hostile with people around them. There might be changes in eating habits, maybe excessive eating, or maybe not eating enough. There might be problems with drug and alcohol, and that's quite common for people who want to cope with mental health issues. Um, they they react to stress in different ways. It could be extreme outbursts, or they might just go and cocoon themselves and distance themselves from the outside world. Sometimes they got excess energy, sometimes they feel tired all the time. They're sleeping a lot or sleeping too less. um, in extreme situations, some people can even suffer with psychotic symptoms, which includes maybe delusions, paranoia, or even hallucinatory experiences.
Thank you. As a charity, the mentoring receives a lot of referrals with anxiety issues or mental health issues, self referrals, or from other organizations or from the GPs nearby. And we engage them in interactive sessions like coffee morning or peer mentoring sessions. But we feel that there's something that they don't access, and we have a feeling that they have got they're stigmatized. But what role does stigma play in preventing people from seeking help
Mm.
for mental health concerns, and how can we combat it, Yusuf?
Stigma has a very strong role to play in people suffering with mental illness. It can be quite debilitating to them in accessing mental health support and help. But I would say to people who are having mental health issues, don't be ashamed of your illness. Don't feel that you're weak. Don't feel that you're underprivileged. But you should be having the courage and the resilience to come out there, speak about your problems, and even get appropriate treatment, because there is help available. There are voluntary sector help available, and there's also help through the NHS. You can even speak to your GP about it. You do not have to feel ashamed. You don't have to doubt yourself. Try not to isolate yourself. You're just like anybody else in the society. And why should you be treated differently? There's a lot of support groups out there that you could join for helping yourself overcome stigma and also create awareness. Talk about your problems, be open. You can get help even if you're working. You can get help from your employer. If you're in school, you can get help from your school, etc. So just be out there, open about it, and don't feel ashamed.
Thank you. That's what we tell those who come to us as referrals. Talk to us, talk to somebody. We cater mentor to them on a one-to-one basis. Bespoke mentoring sessions are being delivered to those who are suffering with mental health issues. Thank you. Sir. Another thing, what I feel is this social media has such an impact for just normal people. And how does social media impact mental health?
Social media is today everywhere. We're surrounded by social media. We can't run away from it. So there are blessings and curses associated with social media. So there are pros and cons. I'd like to address the pros and be positive about it, because it's about how we can help ourselves with the social media available. So it's very important. It helps communication. Social media helps keeping in touch with family and friends and the world. You share thoughts and ideas and experiences with on social media. You can raise awareness about mental health issues with social media, so it's all positive. And people have sort of a social connection with people through social media. And it can help. It's a form of expression. When people can't express themselves, say on paper or verbally, people find it easy to express themselves on this platform. So that's a good thing about where we are using social media in the positive way. On the flip side, say on the negative side of social media, you know where the social media sort of creates an image or a lifestyle of people out there, which is sometimes even fake or not real. And we sort of associate ourselves with that sort of lifestyle, and we feel inadequate and unhappy of the state that we're in, or what social media is portraying us to be, but we can't be. So there's a lot of it sort of creates a negative impact or negative sort of negative self-worth about yourselves. I don't know if you're aware, but there's a term called FOMO. FOMO means fear of missing out, and sort of social media addiction is quite common these days. People have a fear of missing out on things, or not having the correct information, or not having information as quick enough as the rest of the world. So people are constantly checking their phones,
Yeah, that's a good word, FOMO. Fear of, what's that fear of? Missing out. Fear of missing out. That's something I have learned. And then, are you okay, Yusuf? Looks like you lost connection. So we have learned a lot from Dr. Yusuf Rangunwala. Um, sorry, you're muted. So do you want to unmute yourself, Yusuf? So it's
Sorry, I
easy for us to say, it's easy for us to say these are things available, these are the effects and everything. What are the self-help techniques that you could suggest are available for those who got mental health issues, Yusuf?
so with regards to self help, I mean, the first thing is education. Most important thing that has helped people overcome mental health issues is psychoeducation, being more aware, learning about your problems, learning about your illness, finding out what the signs and symptoms are, what makes it better, what makes it worse, talking about it. That is the first step for self help. The next step would be seeking professional advice and professional support, which includes contacting your primary healthcare provider, which includes the GP. GP will have access to lots of mental health support out there, both in the voluntary and through the NHS organizations. There are a lot of self help books and self help guides that they can get through their local library. The commonest self help I have found in my patients is mindfulness. Um, there's a lot of mindfulness exercises out there, which includes, say, um, mindfulness breathing, box breathing, also body scans, etc. So that sort of brings you into the moment, grounds you. It sort of eases your nerves, makes you calmer, etc. And some people have found it very helpful in using mindfulness techniques to overcome their stressors. Um, I also wanted to address another way of improving their mental health is through moderate form of exercise. Now, this is very important. There's research out there saying that moderate form of exercise, say around maximum of half an hour a day, 2 to 3 times a week, is enough to release the happy hormones, which is called endorphins, which reduces our stress levels. It's very important for us to actually go out there, go even going out for a walk, getting your heart rate up, going to the gym, swimming, anything. Do anything that will bring your heart rate up, because that improves your mental health. It improves your resilience, and also makes you feel better every day.
Thank you very much for your advice, Yusuf. We do have online yoga sessions every day in the morning for an hour. Those who would like to join can join. And we would like, thank you very much for your time. And we would like to tell that we are a charity, the mentoring, and you can go online on www.mentoring.org.uk and you can follow us um, with the Twitter at the Mentor Ring. We are on Facebook and also Instagram. So that's about us. And if you want any more information, contact us on info@mentoring.org.uk. So let's embark on this journey as we discover the transformative power of movement for our minds and get ready to dance, to walk, or do yoga, whatever you have said. You just let's celebrate this week, Mental Health Awareness Week, a celebration of movement, vitality, and well being. Let's get moving. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.